Yeah, it's so weird.
Honors Council as a whole committee meeting for December 26, 2023 to order at 7 p.m. In attendance are all members of council and from the administration, our police chief, our fire chief, our city engineer, and our water director. Is anybody recording this meeting as a courtesy to the public? Will you please identify yourself so fellow attendees know that they're being recorded?
And my name is Ryan Massey, the lobbyist for citizens of Lake County.
All right, thank you, sir. For the record, City of East Lake also recording this meeting. First legislation proposed, 122601, an ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the City of East Lake, State of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, declaring an emergency. Caroline sent me an email. City has local and state grant expenses to be reimbursed by grants. Therefore, this increased local and state grants and federal grant expenditures are not sent. We would just decrease it by the same amount. Next, we have 122602. A resolution authorizing the mayor and director of finance to accept a grant and enter into an agreement with Leeward Firefighter Foundation for a total of $21,134 for self-rescue equipment and declaring an emergency. Also, a note from Carolina. Fire Department applied for this and received a grant for safety equipment for the safety of firefighters and will be fully paid for by the grant. Chief, do you want to make any comment on that?
No, actually, I just want to make sure Firefighter Taylor Lee was the one that actually did all the legwork for the grant. These are going to be provided to each member of the department. They're actually self-rescue to put those on your bumper cans. So we, as you jump out of the second story window, if you were in that position, these rescue belts do that. Pat did all the legwork. He was able to, do all the information that they needed and work so hard on it. So I just want to make sure he gets the knowledge of the guy working on it. And again, like Caroline said, it's just a grant. You don't have to pay anything. I appreciate you guys started working on it.
Is there any questions from the chief?
Yes, Chief, what is it called again?
It's a self-rescue safety belt equipment.
Thank you.
Any other questions? None? Move on to 122603. Ordinance authorizing the issuance of conditional use permit to the Indian Brothers doing business Covert Tactical located at 36081 Lakeshore Boulevard, 101 East Lake, Ohio, 44195, and declaring an emergency. Note from Mr. Men. The Indian Brothers is making a request. We already have the CUP at the same location, only on the upper level of the apartment where he lives. He wants to move downstairs to the storefront of the same location, into the upper level one. Because his location different, he needs to do CUP, and Mr. Men has no concerns about that. It's been through planning. Chief, do you want to comment on this?
I do know Dan Rose, he operated a gun shop before the city.
Any questions?
I just have one question. Do you or Ted, do you know, is it just going to be online again, or is he actually going to be making a storefront?
It's actual storefront online, now it's going to be actual storefront.
Okay.
It's in the same location as Triple L, the firearm dealer was before. This is more going to be feet on personal defense product also.
Thank you.
Any other questions? None? Move to 122604. Resolution authorizing the mayor and finance director to enter into an agreement with Ohio Department of Transportation for the Vine Street SR 640 project, declaring an emergency. The final piece of legislation required to enter into the contract with the state of Ohio for the Vine Street project. They're requesting a check from the city of East Lake in the amount of $2,215,560. This will be reimbursed by the city of Willoughby and go away for the total of $686,000 sometime to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Here. Mr. Meyer.
Here.
Ms. Greenya.
Here.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Here.
Mr. Summit.
Here.
Mr. Swanton.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the agenda of the regular council meeting for December 26th, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Greenya.
Here.
Mr. Summit.
Here.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Here.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes. Motion carries. Agenda is adopted. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of December 12th, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Ms. Greenya.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Summit.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes. Minutes are approved. Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the finance committee meeting for December 12th, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Greenya.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis. Yes. Mr. Meyer.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Summit.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carries. Minutes are approved. The next scheduled council of the whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024, at 7 p.m. The regular council meeting immediately following adjournment of the council of the whole meeting. Council organizational meeting will be held January 2nd, 2024, at 7 p.m. Mr. Overstreet, will you have a motion?
Yes. Motion to approve the liquor license transfer number 3426956 to Raymond Guarino, doing business at Severino's Restaurant and Lounge located at Unit 3 and patio of 35125 Vine Street, Eastlake, Ohio, 44095.
Is there a second?
Second.
Before we call the roll.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Ms. Greenya.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Summit.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carries. Adopted. We move on to committee reports. Do we have anything? For the meeting?
Not a whole lot was discussed, they're still trying to, think themselves whole from all fine, what not to try and fight this year. Also, council still owes a, council.
Any questions? We move to recognition of the public. Floor is now open for recognition of the public. I remind all speakers, remarks will remain directed to the chair and will not involve personalities, are limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. Mr. Massey, please state your name and address for the record at the podium, please.
My name is Brian Massey, 8196 Rainbow Drive in Concord Township. I have a 501c4 nonprofit organization called Lobbyists for Citizens. We believe in honesty, integrity, and transparency in government. We promote biblical truths by exposing lies, deceptions, and betrayals. I've been writing and speaking to groups all over Ohio for about 7 years on the fact that if we stay on the path of ever increasing property taxes, we are going to drive seniors and those living on fixed incomes out of their homes, no question about it. And they've worked all their lives to achieve what they have. You're no doubt aware of the mandated sexennial revaluation of Lake County properties to occur in 2024 with the tax collection in 2025. I've been told that the average property tax could be more than 30%. The citizens of East Lake will automatically see an increase in their property taxes without even getting a chance to vote, because the unvoted millage will generate substantially more revenue for the county, city, and school district. So you may ask how much annual revenue will be increased. Lake County Government General Fund will be at least at $1.7 million. Metro Parks, $174,000. City of East Lake, $321,000. Will be The massive increase in school district tax is a result of the school district being at the 20 mil floor, and HB 920 no longer reducing the effective rate or the outside millage. The outside millage is treated as inside unvoted millage. The cost of the taxpayers for $100,000 of home market value will be an increase of $254 per year. That's out of pocket cost. There's a thing called the housing affordability threshold, and for those people to pay that $254 without being moved closer to their 30% housing affordability threshold, they're going to need over $1,000 in annual income, not to get closer to that 30%. If the homeowner reaches the 30% housing affordability threshold, that doesn't mean they have to move, but they're going to have less money for their needs and wants. And with our energy increasing and the food costs, there could be a possible looming disaster here in the city of Lee's Lake. I understand that the city is considering a $40 million expenditure for the police and fire station. It is not my intention to weigh in on the appropriateness of that project. That is for the citizens of Lee's Lake to decide. My mission is to ensure that the citizens are made aware of the facts so that they can make informed decisions when they go to the ballot box. Thank you. The American dream of home ownership is just an illusion. Once the mortgage is paid, the homeowner is merely a renter from the government to cover the property taxes. If you doubt this statement, stop paying the property taxes. Any tax they want to pay, they need the citizens of homes.
Thank you. Next, we have, Carol Kiko. Could you address, please,
Good evening. My name is Carolyn Inhofe, and I live on Sycamore Ward. You're part of the body and council members in the administration. The following opinions are my own and not a reflection of my organization. Our country was founded on healthy faith and the protection of freedom. As our pledge states, with liberty and justice for all, yet council requested an ordinance sponsored by the administration for a charter change, removing the right and option for council and declaring an emergency. Where was your urgency in removing the city council member convicted of soliciting, who had such right in opposition in the most recent election? How can you, of free conscience, support his reappointment in the same term as his moral turpitude violation of Ohio law that led him to be convicted in a criminal case? The reason for that law is to protect victims. The OAG's press release referenced that the task force additionally identified 4 potential victims of human trafficking who were offered social services. What if it were your child? This is not simply a mistake, it is criminal conduct. After a month of the administration quashing council's ability to respond, this council person finally resigned and was subsequently rewarded with a reappointment in the same term as his conviction, for which the limited punishment includes not frequenting hotels within the Moving Municipal Court's jurisdiction. Instead of proposing a frivolous ordinance infringing upon constitutional rights, such as freedom of speech, why does this council and the administration request and sponsor a code of conduct and ethics training for the City of East Lake Charter for all city employees and elected officials? Each one of you were elected to uphold the law and to be the voice for the people of East Lake, your constituents. If you vote for this proposed charter change, I hope other residents stand up to run against those of you afraid of losing in an election, and that no one you wish to fill that seat needs to run as the write-in candidate in the future. Although from what I've seen, it is clearly possible to appoint someone when it is convenient to do so. My hope is to have a city council and administration who represent the residents of East Lake by exemplifying the dignity, honor, and respect only some of you do, because sadly, others do not. Thank you.
Thank you. Is all signed up? Does anybody else would like to address council? Seeing none, we move to legislation closed. Will clerk please read legislation 122601?
An ordinance to reappropriate the expenses of the city of East Lake, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January first, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules require separate reading to read in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Summers? Mr. Fox?
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Will clerk please read legislation 122602?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and director of finance to accept a grant and enter into an agreement with Erie Firefighters Foundation for the total amount of $21,134 for assault rescue equipment and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules for separate reading to read in full? Is there a second? Will clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, the motion is adopted. Is there a second? Will clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Will clerk please read legislation 122603?
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of a conditional use permit to Daniel Brothers doing business as Covert Tactical located at 36081 Lakeshore Boulevard, Suite 101, East Lake, Ohio, 44095, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules for separate reading to read in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes. The motion is adopted.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, legislation, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Will clerk please read legislation 122604?
A resolution authorizing the mayor and director of finance to enter into an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the Vine Street State Route 640 project and declaring an emergency.
The motion to suspend the rules for separate reading to read in full. Is there a second?
Second.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Summit? Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, the motion is adopted.
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Summit?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Will clerk please read legislation 112806?
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with DC Consultants for the fire station existing conditions and concept studies for a total amount of $99,000 and declaring an emergency.
This is on third reading, is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Summit?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
No.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Will clerk please read legislation 112807?
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with DC Consultants for the police station existing conditions and concept studies for a total amount of $99,000 and declaring an emergency.
This is also on third reading, is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Will clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Summit?
Yes.
Mr. Kastunik?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
No.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Oberste?
Yes.
Mr. Fox?
No.
Mr. Kazook?
No.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Sonic?
No.
Mr. Swan?
Yes. Motion failed, is not adopted. There's no unfinished business, there's no new business, there's administrative reports. Our fire chief, Chief Whitaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Thank you for supporting the grant, and I know, Pat really worked really hard on that. That would be a good thing for us to have in the fire station. The only thing else to report is the new fire department will start working on January 2nd. We'll have them on 40, so we're ready to put the shift. But we don't expect them to be on 40 very long. I'll probably be reaching out sometime down in the future to do the formal swearing in, but I'll coordinate that with Mr. Spot and at a later date. Probably won't happen until January, not February. That is the question.
Any questions, Chief?
Mr. Spot, President, just remember one other thing. So on Christmas Eve, we did have a squad get hit by a drunk driver. There was nobody in the car on the side at the time. The patient was not in there. We sustained very minor damage to the squad. It's still in service. And that's why I know that this department came to report on it. So if they heard anything like that, we were lucky that it was on the side of the street for the most part. But just keep it
Thank you. Next report will be our police chief, please.
As far as the new hires go, we have the 3 in training as of this date. Hopefully, like 1 or 2 will be done within the next month. We have person attending the academy will start on the 8th. We'll have a new hire on the 16th. These are all planned hires for the people who have left or the one additional spot that was authorized earlier in the year with additional cycle spots. So, like the fire chief, like we coordinated with you to go ahead and put it up and then that ends up over. If I swear in, we want them and then the fire department. I'll bring you the dates soon, and hopefully we'll get those handled and nothing else to report.
Any questions for Chief? No? Any questions, the engineer, Mr. Whitaker?
Thank you, Mr. President, Council. Pleased to report that we really started done cleaned up, all signs pulled down, grass planted, and we'll say that we'll be back planting grass again next year, probably. We're going through the road grading now for next year's road program. So, with that,
Any questions, Mr. Whitaker? Mr. Myers?
Can I get a copy of the road raise?
the road is cleaned up.
Yes, thank you.
I would like to move on.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I will see Dr. report that I sent over, we were getting some additional concerns on Waverly and the speeding and such. We evaluated 7,000 cars in a 6-day period, and only 1% were 35 miles an hour. So, and we were the highest speed of 57. I'm not sure if that could have been a cruiser going to a hot call or someone driving recklessly on every street is going to have some issues at some time. A lot of it around the speeders, it just obviously 7,000 cars is a lot of cars. But it is a pretty good customer, and I'm sure it will continue to be.
I would like to say thank you, Chief, because I know the big issue was at 331st and the stop sign, and they were just kind of going through the stop sign, and your guys have been amazing. I mean, it was going people left and right over, so we really appreciate that.
Move on to our audio, Mr. Whitaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just comment on, I appreciate the residents' concerns about the proposed charter amendment. The one thing we want to address is that I have the opportunity to remind voters, our charter doesn't expressly provide for write-ins. So when voters are trying to determine whether write-ins are available or they're not available, what happens is the board of elections goes to the law director. And I ruled that they were, in this last round of, election. We don't typically have them, so it's not something that has come up in the past. A lot of law directors would rule the opposite. They would say that write-ins are not provided for by our charter. So the goal of this was twofold: to correct what I think are some big numbering things we still need to correct, but on this write-in thing, to clarify once and for all, so if a voter were to read our charter, they would know when the write-ins are available, as unfortunately having no public document from the law director on the website somewhere or something like that indicating it's available. So just to advise the residents, as it stands now, I previously ruled that write-ins are available. You won't see them if you were to read the charter. And so maybe we'll correct it later on to make it more clear the other way. But just so residents, so they can read it, they know where it lands. But other than that, we'll talk.
Question, Mr. Member? Just want to say, thank, Mr. Overstreet for taking over the Christmas light awards. Under the weather, and Schmidt for handling and everybody else who went